Hello everyone, I am Platypus 2.0, and I'm going to be playing a game from Compulsion Games, independently developed, with the help of blah 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 blah. I'm not going to read all this, you can read if you want to, I'm just going to move my mouse off the screen. As you can see, it's just a gorgeous looking game so far, just from these little cutscene-esques. It's called We Happy Few. Excuse me while I drink some water. So, this is a lot of words. I'm not going to read them all. Long story short, what this is explaining is that this game is in its alpha version. It's currently early access on Steam. If you think it's cool and want to check it out, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. But too long didn't read. Essentially, it's alpha version. It's not complete. They're going to be developing it and improving it. And by that, excuse me, Compulsion Games has actually been really good in the fact that basically every single Friday they have been updating this game with wonderful patch notes and like words from all the people in particular who are working on it. So here we go. This is obviously the home menu. So for the continue, I tried to do a new game and a recording earlier. It didn't work out the way that I wanted it to, basically because when I thought I pressed start recording, it didn't register for whatever reason. Whatever, it happens. We're going to jump into a new game. So, Second Wind, Permadeath, Prologue, all these things we're going to start. We're going to start with the Prologue, so we can see like the intro to this alpha version. Permadeath, basically, if I die, I have to restart. I don't want that. Not for this playthrough of the alpha version. I'll probably have it turned on when the game comes out in its released form, but until then I'm going to keep it off. And then Second Wind, I don't like it. I have played this game before. Basically, you don't die, you get a second wind. I don't care for that, if I'm going to be honest with you. So yeah, we're going to overwrite, we're going to jump in so that you may see the prologue. The prologue itself, I think, is a pretty good indicator of what we're getting ourselves into. And happy is the country with no past. That is always how it starts off. And here we go. Right, so this is going to be... There's going to be a lot of words upcoming. If you want to read them all, I suggest just pausing, because I'm honestly not going to read it myself. It's a lot, and I want to get to the juicy gameplay. This is all just lore. So as you can see, we're working on a redactor. So news clippings are being sent to us to decide if it is worthy to be read by the citizens that we send the newspaper to. Just a heads up, we're one of the Hastings brothers. We're Arthur. I'm sure you would have gotten to that on your own anyway.
When life annoys, top up your joy.
And then the joy pill, a very important part of this game. You can see that, in remembering this,
shouldn't
I? The world has gone dark. It's not as fun or fulfilling, and we're gonna take our joy because we want the world to be brightened up again. That's right. Happiness is a choice. And look at that. Just like that, everything has brightened up once more. And it's wonderful. Snug as a bug on. What just happened? Well, long story short, in the prologue, if you choose to take your joy off the top, the game just restarts. This is the credits, the game is over. Which I think is kind of fun, so you have no choice but to have your character remember this bad memory. So we're going to jump, of course, right back in. And it's going to go back, it's going to be the same cutscene that we just saw. I'm going to drink some more water. Give me one moment. So we're going to see this again. Is that a bad thing? No, I guess it's more annoying than anything else. But that's what happens when you take your joy. And when you become snug as a bug on a drug, like, it's all good. And
Oh, heavens no.
this time, of course, we are going to not take our joy. We're going to remember. We're going to let the world stay not so vibrant for a little bit. It's going to pop back. And when that happens, I'll explain why. Because there is a very important reason, and this is it's a part of the game's mechanics for that to happen. Everything's all dreary. We get to see the date. We're going to grab our joy pills. Come on, yeah.
When life annoys,
Top up your joy. But at the same time, he doesn't just take it right away. Why? Because there's a part of his brain that wants to remember.
Shouldn't I?
Right? We all have that part of our brain. As someone, like I suffer from depression and anxiety, I understand completely. Remembering is tough. But we should remember. Because it's just a bit better. I will say, though, like, that's a pretty damn good shot, right? Like, I don't know if I could do that if I was distraught, like Arthur clearly is. And he's going on about his brother, Percival, or Percy for short. The world is dry. It's dank. That's us right there. We're Arthur Hastings.
No one's seen you for hours.
Now, the reason the world brightened up is because
Then why
that's a
haven't I heard a
welly.
single whoosh
And
through the
wellies
door
don't
since
like
10 o'clock?
downers. We were being
Did
a
you forget
downer
we're
for a
having
bit
Deirdre's
there.
birthday party? We've got a piñata.
Oh, pinata,
Right.
that's fun.
Brilliant. Of course.
Have you forgotten your joy?
Of course not.
She's so
Snug as a bug on a drug.
creepy.
Well, come on then, finish up.
Just have a few more pages. I know you're very busy.
Then don't take too long to finish.
Oh, wait for it. Ew.
Aha! The power cell's empty.
Well, what will you do?
I'll get a new one.
So we're gonna get a new power cell. Boop.
Do you know I used real butter in Deirdre's cake? And that was the last of it.
She used real butter, very important.
There is now a curfew in
So we're gonna censor this.
We're brothers. I'll always look after you. You know that.
Lovely. I'd almost forgotten that, and now we can.
That's right.
How does she know?
Well, I expect you in the conference
Yeah,
room.
get outta here,
presently.
crazy
Don't
lady.
dawdle. You don't want to miss
So-
the piñata.
I'm gonna, like, leave this here for a second. If you wish to
Prudence
read
supposed
it,
to be
I'm not
coming
going
back
to
today?
read it. It's a lot. It's a lot
Welcome back card.
of words. We're just gonna censor everything because I think that's a bit more fun. It doesn't even matter to me because it's the prologue. So far as I know, maybe in the final version this will have an impact later on, but to my knowledge it doesn't. And then we're just going to, if you wish to read it, just press pause, because I can't. It's too many words. And now, that's it. We're going to get on out of here. This is us. Arthur Hastings, employee of the Department of Archives, Recycling and Printing, City of Wellington Wells, which is where we are. We're in Wellington Wells. We'll look outside. It looks kind of nice, good architecture. And we're gonna move along. Beauty is truth. I don't know if I knew Latin, I could tell you what in posternum cum gaudio stands for, if it even stands for anything.
Canister wonders what life's like outside the tube.
Yeah, it's life outside the tube.
The tube to get out.
And this is
Now I'll break it for
Clive
everybody.
Birtwhistle's office. Oh, something fell. So yeah, I'm not going to read this, but essentially, long story short, this guy wants our office because it has a window, and they have not given it to him. There's some joy. So we're going to go down. We're going to use... No, hold on. We're going to use this. I'm not going to read it out, but if you are interested, there's a whole bunch of things here for you to read. And again, if you wish to read it, press pause, because I'm just not going to. Also, of course, going to censor everything, as I said I was going to. I think it's a bit more fun to do it that way. Taxi service restored on 3 wheels. Oh, you know what that sounds like? That just sounds like bad time, you know? Like, obviously, we don't want our people to read that. Oh, that sounds just, oh, no good, no good. So I think there's a few more here. Wellington Under reopened. I don't know what Wellington Under actually is, so obviously, no good. That's bad news. And then to end it off, we're going to take the power cell, which doesn't really mean anything. Where's that scrap of paper?
That little shit. He wants my view.
Yep. Clive just wants our office. You can even see here. Even though we're employee of the month, this guy is just out to sabotage. So we're gonna close the office of the Dink, move along, and then this name, as you can see, Prudence Holmes, has actually been like blacked out.
Whatever happened to you, Prudence?
And it's pretty gross in here. Let's be real. This person went on a vacation, presumably, and then just never came back. So we're gonna jump in, and we're gonna do a bit more redacting. There's Prudence right there. You can see in the picture with, I'm guessing, a daughter. And again, we're gonna just leave that there for like 2 seconds for you to potentially read, and then censor it. Because we're censoring everything. Because Arthur Hastings is badass. Who remembers? And that's like, what, an apple back there? Some lovely flies. Delicious. I want to see more of that, your baby's weight on tripe, which is free. And again, like I said, we're just going to redact everything. Maybe it will one day in the future have an impact in the future, but I don't, it doesn't right now for me anyway. And then Sally Boyle will open Battle of Flower. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like to me to be a bad time. We're out. That's censored. One more? Alright, I never remember. And Breeder Riot, it kind of makes you wonder what the hell they mean by breeder. Like, are certain people being breeded in this weird, crazy world? Like, I believe that's the last one. Yeah. So we're going to take our power cell, and we're going to get out of here. And another little interesting note, the date is different.
Are you off your joy, Prue? I mean, you too.
She was offered joy, so she's presumably a downer. And it's, what, October for us? So she's been gone for a while. And then we can examine the pictures.
But where did she go?
Maybe she was going to Canada. Or maybe she wanted to, but that was a no-no. And then this is Hopkins Jones's office, but the door's jammed. I wonder why.
I took my joy. I took my joy. No, leave me alone. No.
If you didn't hear, he was going on about he was on his joy. Clearly he wasn't, because look at how calm he became after that. And then look at this creepoid. And we've been cut off. Ooh. I hope I never meet him later on. Now we're off our joy, so we can see kind of the bit of the office. I would like to be able to actually take my joy in this room particular, because I wonder if all the paper stacks would disappear, or because we're on our joy, we just don't care, everything's good. And that right there is Uncle Jack. Like he's like the news voice. He's like the creepy one who kind of explains a bit of lore, I believe. But he also has that weird mask on that we've seen quite a number of people have on.
I never noticed that.
The elevator is out for lunch.
Empty the bucket at least.
Happy is a country that has no history. Weird. And then here we go.
You nearly missed the pinata. It's the
Oh,
most
well, you know what?
adorable
Pinatas are
Spanish
actually really fun.
Uncle
Like, it
Jack
would have been
did a whole
awful if
show
we had
about
missed it.
You smash it until all the candy comes out.
That's right, with your
Come
weird-ass,
on,
creepy smile.
Hit it! Hit it! Hit it!
Give it a whack!
Hit it!
Go on, give it a...
Since we have no choice, now that's just weird. Look at that. Then we move our hand. It's a rat. The pinata was actually a rat. I'd be dry raging too, because that's fucking disgusting.
You are off your joy. Take one of mine.
No.
Oh my lord. He's a downer. Call security. We've got a downer.
Ugh. So now...
Bad time to ask for that raise.
Yeah, it probably is a bad time to ask for that raise. Although, let's go back and ask. No, of course we can't. So, we have to escape and get out of here. Now, I've done this before, so I know what's going on. There's no lore, I believe, to be had in this particular area. But there's the exit, clearly marked, and we're going to go into a bit of a cutscene here. We're going to be attacked by the bobbies because one of their primary functions is to deal with downers like us. And as you can see, downers are dealt with quite swiftly. No one likes a downer, and for, of course, good reason. They're off their joy. That means they don't see the world quite so colorfully and wonderfully as everyone wants them to. So you think, oh, we're going to wake up in jail?
Christ.
Nope. But we have woken up in some weird Wellington Underground little bunker.
Ow. Feels like I lost an argument with a train.
Yeah, the train clearly won, Arthur.
Back.
So here we go. Now the game begins. As you can see, there's Uncle Jack again on the TV. I'm turning that off because I don't want to deal with him. This is probably where we presumably came from.
Seem to have done a lovely job of breaking this door. I suppose I won't be getting out that way.
And then that's locked, so we're just going to pick up everything that we can. Got a canteen, and then empty syringe and bandage. And we're just, yeah, we're going to get it all. Now, this is what we picked up from all the different things. We got a canteen, a bandage, some empty syringes, metal bits, rock, and glass bottle. And over here, what we're wearing is a torn suit. So basically with this torn suit, when we're near wastrels, we're going to look like we're around, but if we're near wellies, we're going to be confirmed for suspicion. Our primary weapon right now is a branch. So it's not much better than fists, but gives you a much better reach. And then down here is 2 for throwing items, and as the game progresses, we'll find ways to unlock those keys so we can have more things to throw. In all my previous playthroughs off camera, I've not found a way to have 2 weapons. And in earlier versions of the game, in the starting area, you were given a way to automatically get a bit more inventory space. They've made it a bit harder in some of the last previous updates, and that's been taken away from us. So we're going to equip these for now. This is us. We've got some minor image taken. Passive effects, a torn suit, so wastrels aren't going to be suspicious of us. And you can see our vitals. We're doing pretty good, basically, for everything. Health, next to that is joy. So we're not on joy right now, so we're at 0%. Hunger, thirst, and like, we're not tired right now. So that's really good. We're going to come back here. I already showed the inventory. And this is where we can craft. So we can do survival, outfits, weapons, tools, and chemicals. And right now what we want is we want to just take these and make lockpicks. Why? Because this is locked. And then, yeah, we're going to take everything that is in here. And it gave us some moldy bread, which is going to deal with hunger, but also might poison us. And then some strange meat, which again might poison us with food poisoning. And if that's the case, we can take a Nexamide pill, which will cure us basically right away. So where we go from here, we can't go this way. Oh, as a side fact, a bit of interesting lore, there used to be a little path and room over here where that lady with the gross office, she was back there and she had hung herself. And then there was some letters explaining lore and why she was there and that kind of thing. They've removed that. I'm wondering if they removed that for us to find her later on, or if they just felt like it was a bit too much lore to be introduced so early, so maybe I shouldn't have said anything. And it's too late, I already did. This is our safe house, so whenever we get really tired, we're going to come back here to sleep. And then the only way we can go is up here, so we can exit our safe house. We're not going to do that. We're going to save doing that for the next episode, because that is going to be it for this one. If you think this game is awesome, or it looks at least interesting enough, or if the prologue itself made you wish to check it out, by all means, check out the video description below. It's going to have a link there. You can go check it out. Like I said, the Compulsion game developers have been really good with updates and keeping everybody posted. And then beyond that, the next episode is going to be some straight up jumping right into the gameplay and learning more of the world and seeing more of the world. And because this is the alpha gameplay, in the early access version, it's not going to be 100%. There might be bugs, there might be crashes. These are things we're just going to have to work around and deal with. And as we play, we're going to get to know the world a bit more. That's it for me, everyone. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It really does help out a lot. And you know what? Until next time, I'll see you later.